We got Curtis Blaydes back here on the program, who's going to be in the co-main event of UFC Nashville next Saturday against Justin Willis. Curtis, how are you this morning?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. I see you're wearing the Chicago Bears shirt. Have you been following what's been happening with NFL free agency? It's been a little crazy this year.
Yeah, it's been wild. This is probably the most active and most wild offseason I've experienced in the last decade or so.
Yeah. What do you think of some of the moves the Bears made? I mean, they're making some strides, it looks like.
I mean, I don't think the Bears really had to make a lot of big moves, a lot of big splashy moves, because their defense is already pretty much. They already have everyone under contract, and the offense just got to grow with Mitch Trubisky. So I'm just hoping he takes that next step. And besides that, I'm excited for next year's season.
Yep, and we're excited for next week. This is a great fight with Justin Willis. When did you find out about this matchup? Because it seems like you had a bit of notice, which is always good to get in a full camp.
Sometime around early January.
The last fight, we got to talk about it quickly. Francis Ngannou, the rematch. I know things didn't go your way in that one. How do you look at that performance? Was it just a mistake and you got caught, or do you have any other things you can take away from that fight?
I mean, we've watched it. Me and my striking coach, my other jiu-jitsu coach, we've all watched it. They've given me their breakdowns. It wasn't a whole lot to gather positively or negatively. Like, it's just sometimes you get caught, and that's what happened.
Yeah, that's the thing with Francis. I mean, either you get caught or you don't, and it makes it more of an interesting matchup. So, like you said, not too much to take away from that. But you're fighting Justin Willis. I think this is a good matchup for both of you guys. Willis comes from a great camp at American Kickboxing Academy. Did you know much about him? Like, I don't know if you watch a lot of the division, but were you aware of him when you took this fight?
Yes, I'd watched him fight. I think it was Alan Crowder or Rashad Coulter. I can't remember, but I didn't really come away impressed, like overly impressed. Like, yeah, he's in the UFC. He's a heavyweight, so he has the prerequisite like skills. He's big. He's got strong left hand, but he's not overly athletic. He's not like overly big. I don't think there's anything. He's not Ngannou. Like, Ngannou has a special gift. Like, he's very powerful and he's very long. So those are attributes you don't see everywhere. Justin Willis seems more like your typical heavyweight.
And I think it's pretty well known that you got to work with Dominic Reyes for this camp. Like pretty much your whole camp, right? Like, I know he came down for a while.
Yeah.
Yes. So how was that? I mean, I know you guys have trained before, but to have a body like that in the gym must be such a huge asset.
Yeah, especially for this camp, because Justin Willis is a southpaw and so is but I think Dom's a better southpaw. I think he's longer, he's taller, he's got better head movement. He's harder to hit. Anytime I hit him in sparring, I feel really good about myself because I know it's not easy to do that. So having him part of the camp is just a great boost for my just mentally, just going against him every day and just learning how to move against a southpaw because the angles are different, the approach into the takedowns are different. So it was a good look.
Who were some of the other bigger bodies that you got to work with? I know at times you'll bring guys in. Who did you get to work with for this camp?
Alistair's been here. So
Reem, nice. Okay.
Yeah, he's been here for the past 7-8 months. It's like August. So been working out with him. He brought in some new guys that now we're buddies now, so I can rely on them for my next camp. He brought in a couple pro boxers. One guy from Jackson that he knew, Leo. He's a Russian guy. I can't pronounce his last name. But
right, yeah, no worries. I probably couldn't either, so that's all good.
He's a really good boxer. Brought in a guy local guy who just popped up, who's also a really good boxer. He's a regional MMA fighter, but he's got really good hands. And besides that, mostly Dom. So Dom, Alistair, and Alistair's buddy Leo.
Yeah, and that's like an all-star team right there. And of course, Alistair's got his fight coming up soon against Volkov, so that's good. You guys can get ready at the same time because it's oftentimes with Alistair, you sort of see on social media where he's training and all that, but I feel like he's kind of been under the radar, just training with you. So that's good. He's been there that long, and you guys can just focus on the fight and not all the other stuff outside, right?
He's not too big on all like the pictures and videos.
I don't blame him. Yeah,
I can appreciate it.
Yeah, no, for sure, staying under the radar. Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
Other usual, Vinny Lopez, Cody Donovan, and my roommate Austin Hubbard, who is also LFA. Just got to throw it out there, LFA lightweight champ.
Of course, got that win over Achilles Mata. That was a very impressive victory. So another guy we could be seeing in the UFC very soon. How do you see this fight unfolding on the 23rd? We know, obviously, you're well-rounded everywhere. Justin, more of a wrestler, but he does have knockout power. How do you see this unfolding?
Well, it's funny that you bring up his wrestling because he actually just did an interview. I don't know who it was with, but he believes he's a better wrestler than me. So I would really like to see that. Yes, that would be fun. I've always been the one to have to engage and have to close the distance. Guys are running away from me, so it'd be nice. I think he's going to stand his ground. He thinks he's a better wrestler. He believes he's got heavier hands than anyone else. So he's got a big mouth on him. He brings that former football player mentality where they're always used to being the big man on the campus, even though he only played D2 football. So I don't know where exactly he gets so much confidence from. But,
yeah. Do you like that in an opponent? Because I'm just trying to remember. I don't think you've really had an opponent that's talked any trash, really. Because, I mean, obviously you're a very respectful guy, so this must be new territory.
It makes it easier. I'm a nice guy. I don't enjoy, even the fight with Alistair, how it ended. I wish the ref had stopped it 2 elbows earlier. Cause I don't like doing that. But we get in that same position with this guy. I hope the ref drags me off of him. I fully envision me getting on top and just destroying him. He's not going to get up.
There's that UFC Chicago card coming up in a few months here. If you go out there and no bumps and bruises, is that the goal to get on that card?
Yeah, I mean, it'd have to be no bumps and bruises. I don't like to go in. There's no need for me to force it. Like if I got a bum ankle or bum elbow or something, I won't fight it. But yeah, if I'm healthy and ready to go, I'm down.
Okay. I mean, I guess at the very least, you could ask the UFC if you could go as a guest fighter. That way you can go home, see the family, kind of take advantage of that too. I mentioned sort of off the top, Willis has been on a nice winning streak in the UFC. Where do you feel like a win puts you in the grand scheme of things? Because it's heavyweight, and as we've seen with Junior Dos Santos and Francis himself, I mean, a couple wins can get you right back on track.
I think right now, Junior and Ngannou and Stipe, they all probably have a shorter climb to the top. After my loss to Ngannou, that kind of knocked me back a little bit, like momentum-wise. So I think however impressively I beat him, I'll probably need another one before I can legitimately ask for a title shot, which I have no problem with.
Yeah, no, totally understand. How's fatherhood been? This is, I think, our second or third interview since I become a dad. How's all that going, along with training and everything else?
I'm still adjusting to it, but it's getting easier, And I think I mentioned the last one. Our last interview, it definitely gives me more incentive. Like when I'm tired, I'm not allowed to be tired. I'm not allowed to give up in practice because I have to be the best I can be to get the most out of this career, so I can make my daughter's life the best it can be.
I love it. Are you getting in any video game time at all, or any movies, Netflix, anything like that? What are you getting into right now during camp?
I just finished binge watching Into the Badlands because Austin put me on. Oh my God, that's my new favorite show.
What's it on? I've never heard of it.
It originally is on AMC, but I've been binging it on Netflix.
Okay. And I bet, what's so funny? I bet in Canada we don't get it because we get shafted. I don't know if you know, first world problems out here in Canada. The selection for Netflix is different because they have like laws and stuff. So I think I'll have to look it up on there. But yeah, we don't get as much good programming as you do. So if you ever fight in Canada, just keep that in mind. If you want to put on Netflix, it's not going to be as good. So these are some things you have to face for sure. Video games. What are you playing right now?
We recently got on this kick. Someone randomly brought over the Nintendo 64. So we've been going old school.
Nice.
We've been playing a lot of Smash Brothers, a lot of Mario Kart, stuff like that.
Yeah, Mario Kart's just an amazing game. Who's your guy on Mario Kart? Are you who do you like playing with?
Toad and Yoshi.
Yeah, Yoshi's the best. I think he's got the most speed. I think I
I
was
think
picking.
Toad's a little faster, but
He's not as
he
agile.
I still don't know if Toad's a boy or a girl. I guess it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. But Toad, the problem with Toad is that when you hit another character, it like he bounces out of the off the race. Like he's that small. So that's the problem with him.
Yeah. Who would you say is the best Mario Kart player between all of you?
We got this guy at the gym. He's a former Black Zillion, Carrington
Oh,
Banks.
Carrington Banks. Yeah, he just won
Yeah,
at Island Fights a couple
yeah.
weeks ago. Yeah.
He smokes me. But
Okay.
I'm legitimately the number two player.
Okay.
Legitimately.
Good
He's
stuff.
number one.
I'll keep that in mind because next time if I'm covering a card where you're at, we'll definitely have to get into some Mario Kart because I played with
Yeah,
a few fighters now, and yeah, it's some stiff
decent.
competition out there.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But anyways, I'm looking forward to this card. It's coming up here next Saturday. It is UFC Nashville, aka UFC on ESPN Plus 6. I think that's what they call it. Curtis, appreciate the time, man. I know you got a teammate to watch fight in a few hours for UFC London. But in the meantime, if you got any social media or sponsors you want to plug, the floor is yours.
I like to plug Receptra MMA, uh, Laura's Lean, their meat, um, Beardalizer for the beer products they give me. Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good. It's just so good you can't even hold the phone.
And as always, I like to give a shout out to my coaches, Vinny Lopez and Cody Donovan, and all my sparring partners, Alistair, Zach, all those guys. Appreciate the help they've been giving me.